America's worst mayor wants you to think she's doing a great job. No, we're not talking about her karaoke skills. Chicago's Lori Lightfoot thinks she deserves another shot at running the Windy City and's boasting about her handling of crime.
You wouldn't know it by watching the news or listening to the haters. But on crime, Mayor Lightfoot's got a plan. She's putting more police on the streets and getting more guns off them. When it comes to new strategies, new technology, Lightfoot's invested more than any mayor. Those are facts.
Speaking of facts, here's a few. Murders are nearly 40% higher than in 2019 when Lightfoot first took office. And Lightfoot's so desperate to get reelected, it looks like she's bribing children to boost her campaign. Chicago Public School Inspector General has reportedly opened an investigation into emails from her campaign asking teachers to encourage students to volunteer in exchange for school credit. I mean, if I'm getting school credit, I campaign for anybody, Greg.
That is true. That is true. Why didn't I think of this? You know, if you guys could supply me with talking points, students, and that would be extra credit, right? Wouldn't that make sense? Look, imagine if she went after gangs the way she went after, like, that limo company. You know, when she left that Yelp review. She is, I think, the only mayor of a city that is completely overrun by cartels. I mean, they run that city. She's not fighting crime. She's fighting for power. Other people's suffering only crosses her radar once it poses a political threat. And it does show a difference between Democrats and Republicans. Republicans tend to confront their problem children, be it Santos or somebody else. The Dems just elect them, you know, to be a historical first. She's a historical first. Yeah, she's the first mayor to be under the thumb of cartels. She's the worst mayor in America, the worst mayor Chicago's ever had. She looks like she hasn't slept since 1983. She dresses like she pantsed the Salvation Army bell ringer. Why don't the Democrats call her out on her record? Why don't they say anything? It's because they're cowards, and two, she's protected by her diversity shield, right? A black lesbian left-winger. So she's like, I mean, they're willing...
Who pants the Salvation Army guy?
Exactly. So they're willing to let the city just be run into the ground. A 40% increase in murder. No white guy could get away with that.
That's a bad track record to run on. Is anybody running against Mayor Lightfoot, Dana?
One of the things I wrote down in the break as we we're going to this is that I just, sadly, I think nothing is going to change there.
You're right.
Like, you think about what happened in Philadelphia when they had a recall opportunity to recall that guy Krasner, and that he just got reelected. The same thing happened out in California with whatchamacallit there. I can't even think of his name.
Newsom?
Gavin Newsom?
No, the
George Gascon?
attorney, Gascon.
Yeah.
That guy.
A bunch of recalls out in California.
I love it.
The thing is, you know, when she says it's the biggest, she wants to invest more than any mayor. That's like when Biden says that it's the biggest drop in gas prices in history. But that's only because it went up so much under your watch. That doesn't make sense. And then yesterday we found out that young adult males from zip codes with the most violence in Chicago and Philly had a notably higher risk of firearm-related death than U.S. military personnel that served in all the years in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Wow.
Incredible.
That's the ad that I would run there.
You got to go to war to be safe.
That is crazy. Geraldo, how dangerous is Chicago? You've been there.
I was, Eric and I built a trip into Chicago around a wedding there in December. And Chicago's always been a tale of two cities, South Side, North Side. South Side, the overwhelmingly black and poor half of the city is where most of the gang violence is happening. Chicago is on track now to have had over 700 murders and led the nation by far in murders last year. So she runs on a very tenuous record. And the problem from her point of view politically is that now that fear of crime, that absolute terror has people on the north side of town, the more affluent side of town, getting private police forces, security guards. So the whole tempo of life in the Windy City has been undermined. Now, will she be reelected? What do I think of the idea of using kids? It's a brilliant idea to use kids. You know, it's a scam. There's an inherent dishonesty to it. And yet you could paint it as what a great program, get the kids involved in politics, municipal government, and so forth. But I think Chicago's in a terrible place, but I think that Greg is right. I think she will be reelected, and I think there's nothing that you can do about it.
Kids should only make our shoes and our phones.
And not be heard.
They make our shoes, too?
Yeah, they make our shoes.
You know how hard it was for Ennis Cantor Freedom to find a shoe company to make shoes that wasn't using slave labor or child labor.
Yeah.
Said it took him 6 months to find a company to manufacture his footwear. But I have a real problem with this. I mean, first of all, if this were a Republican or a Libertarian candidate for mayor who went to the teachers unions and said, hey, tell your kids they get extra credit for working on my campaign, they would have said, oh, hell no. And they kind of are. They're ratting her out because, to her credit, the one thing that Lori Lightfoot did right was she stood up to the Chicago teachers unions when they wanted to keep the schools closed. And she said, no, absolutely not. Keep them up. That's the one thing that she did that was pretty good.
Not a little thing.
No, but this child labor violation is absolutely disgusting. You know why they're doing it? Because grades have tanked so much in the hardest hit schools in Chicago because of the pandemic that they have to do whatever they can to give them credit to boost their GPAs so they have a snowball's chance in hell of getting into colleges.
So there's going to be middle schoolers with a little placard that says "Go Lori," freezing on the south side of Chicago for school credit.
But you know what? They make them bulletproof. The kids are going to be out there. You got to keep them safe.
If one kid gets hurt out there campaigning for her, it's going to be trouble.
Lights out
She's going to
piano.
have to answer to me.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.